Have you ever noticed how some women, even in the summer heat at 100 degrees, always manage to look incredibly elegant, while others are clearly trying to look put together, but something just doesn't work? The difference isn't in the price of the clothes. It's in a few visual codes they use that almost nobody picks up on. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what those codes are. Once you understand these details, people will start seeing you in a completely different way. Let's start with something that seems simple, but changes everything. Technique 1. White as your summer foundation. Imagine two women walking down the same street on a hot day. One is wearing a colorful floral dress. The other is dressed entirely in white. Even without being able to explain why, most people will find the second one more elegant. Why? Because white in the summer isn't just a color, it's a luxury code. Wealthy women build practically their entire summer wardrobe around variations of white. I'm not talking about wearing plain basic white. I'm talking about creating full outfits by combining different types of white. Bright optical white in a shirt, a slightly creamy off-white in a dress, ivory in a linen blazer, even an icy white with a bluish undertone in tailored pants. When you wear 3 different whites in the same outfit, something interesting happens. People register sophistication before they even understand why. And there's a very specific reason for that. White reflects heat, so you're literally more comfortable. White elongates the silhouette by creating a column of light, and most importantly, spotless white communicates, I have the means to keep this clean at all times. Because here's the secret many women miss. A white piece with even the slightest stain or yellowing completely destroys the luxury effect. White needs to be absolutely flawless. Always. That's why white in the summer is such a powerful code. It communicates cleanliness, freshness, and resources all at once. A practical example, white tailored pants with an off-white silk blouse and white mules. 3 whites, 3 textures, 0 colors. Instant elegance. Now here's something almost nobody pays attention to, but it makes a huge difference. The length of your clothes. Technique 2. Go midi in the summer. You've probably seen this without realizing it. Very elegant women rarely wear short pieces in the summer, and they don't wear pieces that are too long either. They stay in the sweet spot. That sweet spot has a name, midi. Midi is the length that hits at mid-calf, and there's a very specific reason why this is the go-to length for wealthy women in the heat. First, it covers without suffocating. You get elegance without overheating. Picture a white midi shirt dress with minimalist sandals and a straw bag. Nothing is clinging to the body. The fabric covers, but breathes. You have complete sophistication without feeling the heat. Second, it elongates the silhouette by creating a long vertical line. When you wear a pleated beige midi skirt with a white silk tank and nude mules, the continuous line of the pleated fabric creates a visual elongation that no pair of shorts or miniskirt can achieve. Third, it allows movement. A fluid fabric at midi length has room to sway when you walk, and movement is elegance. Think of a terracotta satin midi slip dress. When you walk, the fabric moves with you. There's fluidity, there's grace. It's completely different from a tight short dress that has no room to create movement. But most importantly, midi is the length that tries the least to impress. It's not short and sexy. It's not long and dramatic. It's the confident middle ground. And women who already have status don't need to impress. They simply are. A straight tailored midi skirt in lightweight beige with an off-white short-sleeve blouse and strappy sandals. Simple, structured, elegant. Nothing is screaming for attention. Everything is perfectly calibrated. That's the kind of look that seems effortless, but is completely intentional. Every piece was chosen. The length was considered. The result is elegance without apparent effort. But now, here's a fabric detail that changes everything. Technique 3. Invest in premium linen. Not all linen is created equal. You've probably seen people wearing linen that looks completely wrinkled and messy. And you've also seen people wearing linen that looks elegant, even with creases. The difference is in the quality of the fabric. Cheap linen is thin, see-through, and wrinkles in an ugly way. Premium linen is heavy, opaque, and the creases are part of the aesthetic. Elegant women invest in high-weight linen, the kind that has heft, structure, drape. usually in sophisticated tones: off-white, natural beige, soft terracotta, faded blue. And here's the secret a lot of people don't understand. You do not iron premium linen until it's completely flat. The natural creases are intentional. They're part of the French Riviera aesthetic. It's the visual signature of someone who understands the material. When you see someone wearing a natural beige linen set, wide-leg pants with an oversized blazer, both with natural, well-defined creases, that person is communicating, "I understand the aesthetic of this fabric." Premium linen breathes. You get real comfort in the heat, but it has the drape of tailoring. You get elegance. The combination of thermal comfort with visual structure is exactly what creates that feeling of effortless elegance. But now, here's something completely counterintuitive. Technique 4. Add a light layer. Adding layers in the heat. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? More clothing when it's hot. But extremely elegant women do this all the time. And it works. The key is the type of layer. I'm not talking about adding a heavy coat. I'm talking about light, strategic layers. A lightweight linen kimono over a dress, an oversized button-down left open over a tank, an unlined linen blazer, an ultra-fine knit cardigan. These layers do 3 things at once. First, they protect you from the sun without needing to constantly reapply sunscreen. Second, they circulate air. A loose layer over the body creates airflow between the fabric and the skin. Third, they add sophistication. 3 pieces always look more intentional than 2. Imagine a simple white slip dress. On its own, it's pretty but basic. Now add a loose, open beige linen kimono. Suddenly, the look has dimension, movement, intention. Because here's the code. Wealthy women don't just wear less clothing because it's hot. They wear less fabric, but more strategic layers. Every piece is thought through. Every layer has a purpose. And that brings us to a color code that almost nobody talks about: the color palette. Technique 5. Invest in a neutral earth tone palette. You've probably noticed this without being able to explain it. Some women wear several different colors in a summer outfit. Others wear only similar tones, and the ones in similar tones always look more elegant. Wealthy women avoid vibrant colors in the summer. No hot pink, lemon yellow, bright orange, colorful tropical prints. Those colors are touristy, not elegant. The preferred palette is sophisticated earth tones: off-white, ecru, ivory as the base, beige, camel, sand, soft terracotta in the mid-tones, chocolate, dark caramel, burnt ochre in the deeper shades, and small accents in sage green, faded blue, dusty rose. Why earth tones in the summer? First, they reflect heat without being flashy. Second, they harmonize perfectly with sun-kissed skin. Third, they don't compete with the natural surroundings. Beach, countryside, city. Earth tones work anywhere. And most importantly, earth tones don't try to grab attention. When you see someone wearing terracotta with ecru and caramel, there's no visual shout. There's harmony. There's confidence. There's natural elegance. Compare them mentally. A woman in a neon pink dress versus a woman in a terracotta linen dress, both in an upscale beach setting. Which one looks like she belongs? The answer is obvious. Vibrant colors try to get noticed. Earth tones simply get noticed. But now, here's the final code. The detail that ties everything together. The straw accessory. Before we move on to the next trick, have you ever imagined walking into a place and noticing people looking at you with admiration? And suddenly, you realize someone turns to her friend and whispers, "Wow, what an elegant woman." What if I told you that you can trigger that exact same reaction? I created a guide with 15 strategic pieces that generate over 150 tried and tested outfit combinations that I've personally worn, and that get exactly those reactions from people. All you have to do is copy and paste exactly as I show you. These are combinations that make you look polished, even in jeans and a basic tee. You know that woman who always looks flawless, even just running to the grocery store? That's the vibe you're going to give off. The link to the guide with all 150 looks is in the pinned comment and in the description. And if you're watching on your TV, just scan the QR code on the screen. Technique 6. Try structured straw accessories. You've probably seen women carrying straw bags in the summer. Some look elegant, others look like tourists. The difference isn't just price, it's structure. Luxury straw has a tight, fine weave that looks almost like fabric, a structured shape that stands up on its own. A natural light color without paint. Leather details on the handles. A discreet label or no label at all. Common straw has an irregular, coarse weave. A floppy shape that collapses when empty, often dyed or covered in flashy embellishments. When you carry a structured straw bag with a lightweight tailored look, a beige linen blazer, white pants, leather mules, you're creating a texture contrast that communicates sophistication. The blazer is tailoring. The straw is craftsmanship, but refined craftsmanship. Because here's the code many women don't understand. Premium straw isn't beach style. It's summering in expensive places. Monte Carlo, Saint-Tropez, Capri, these places have straw, but structured, premium, carefully chosen straw. Now picture the complete look. White midi linen pants, off-white short-sleeve blouse, oversized beige linen blazer with natural creases, a structured caramel straw bag with leather handles, minimalist nude sandals, spotless white, midi length that elongates, premium linen that breathes, a light layer that adds dimension, a harmonious earth tone palette, structured straw that completes the picture, all the codes working together. That's the kind of look that makes people ask, where did you get that? Not because the individual pieces are special, but because the whole thing communicates complete elegance. These visual codes seem small when you read about them, but when you start applying them in real life, something shifts. People start seeing you differently. They can't explain exactly why, but you look more elegant, more sophisticated, more intentional. Because elegance in the summer isn't about wearing less, it's about wearing the right things. Spotless white that communicates means midi length that elongates without trying, premium linen that breathes with structure, light layers that add sophistication, earth tones that harmonize naturally, structured straw that completes the code. When you understand these details, you stop dressing for the heat and start creating elegance in the summer. So tell me, which of these codes are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments. And if you want to discover more elegance codes that wealthy women use without even realizing it, keep an eye out for the next videos.